pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil.
St. Julian's is a town in the central region of Malta. As at 2020, its registered number of inhabitants were 13,792. It is situated along the coast, north of the country's capital, Valletta. It is known for tourism-oriented businesses, such as hotels, restaurants and nightclubs which are centered mainly in an area known as Paceville. Etymology, feast and traditions. The town is named after its patron saint, Saint Julian, who is widely known as Julian the Hospitaller and Julian the Poor, whereby he is the patron saint of hunters. Before the reform to the calendar of saints, the memorial to Saint Julian was on the 27th of January. Nowadays, it is celebrated on the 12th of February, although in Malta an additional feast, in the spirit of the many summer feasts around the island, is celebrated on the last Sunday of August. A very particular competition connected with the town's feast is known as Gostra. This traditional competitive feat involves participants climbing and running as far as possible along a sloping greased pole which is suspended above the sea. The winner is the person to grab one of 3 flags dangling from the edge, each flag representing a certain prize. Another tradition connected with the feast of this locality is musketeria. Starting in 1982, this tradition sees hunters firing blank cartridges filled with black powder from the roof of the parish church as the statue of the patron saint is brought out of the church. Many say this tradition is in line with the history of the locality, which used to be hunting grounds for the Knights of Malta. Locations and areas. The town is subdivided into informal districts which are Paceville, Ta, Giorni, Tal Gokad and St. Andrews, as well as the regions surrounding St. George's Bay, Spinola Bay, Beluda Bay, and Il Collier Cliffs. St. Julian's is a tourist destination, especially during the summer months. The Portomasso Business Tower, which is Malta's current tallest building at a height of 97.54 meters, is located in St. Julian's. History. The Old Parish Church. The earliest documentary evidence of this church is of the pastoral visit of Bishop Tommaso Gargallo of 1601, which he says was built in 1580 and was dedicated to St. Julian. In 1736, when Monsignor Alforin de Busson revisited St. Julian's, he noted that the locality was already known as Portus Sancti Juliani, meaning after the patron saint. In 1854, the 600 or so residents of St. Julian's appealed to the church authority, in order to make it a parish. The chapter at Birkirkara protested strongly against such an application and consequently the application was denied. But it was granted at reapplication in 1891. Dun Giuseppe Sherry became the first parish priest. The present parish church was designed by Maltese architect Arturo Zammit and its first stone was laid in 1961. It was used for the first time in 1968 when it was still not fully built. The church welcomed Pope John Paul II on his first visit to Malta on the 27th of May 1990. The Millennium Chapel, designed by Maltese architect Richard England, was inaugurated in 2000. It houses a meditation garden inaugurated in May 2018 as a refuge for contemplation and tranquility right in the heart of the entertainment zone of Paceville, built on the initiative and run by Fr. Hilary Tagliaferro. This church is run by Augustinian monks through the Millennium Chapel Foundation. Up till the 19th and early 20th century, St. Julian's was a very peaceful coastal town known for its Latin architecture such as the Spinola Palace and greenery surrounding it. Moreover, Spinola Bay was characterized by its fishermen and farmers dwelling the countryside. This coastal town has seen one of the largest infrastructure developments on the island, with many old houses being demolished to construct blocks of apartments. In 2020, plans to develop a tourist ferry point within Beluda Bay have been met with public concern and protests by individuals, local council and NGOs. Spinola Palace. Because of fear of attacks by the Muslims, the northern coastal area remained undeveloped until the diminished attacks after 1565. The building of Spinola Palace, coming as it does in 1688, is to be regarded as the stepping stone for the coastal reclamation of San Gilgen. The palace, together with the surrounding gardens, was built by Fra Paolo Raffaele Spinola for the public entertainment as stated in the inscription which one finds above the portico. The palace was enlarged in 1733 through the efforts of Fra Giovanni Battista Spinola, successor to his uncle as rector and curator of the Abbazia. During the French occupation of these islands in 1798, St. Julian's was the first town in Malta to be conquered by French troops. In fact, it was General Claude-Henri Vaubois who led the French forces into Spinola Bay. Notable places in St. Julian's: Bays, Beluda Bay, Spinola Bay, St. George's Bay, St. Julian's Bay. Notable places and locations: Beluda Buildings, Dragonara Point, Il Collier, Paceville, Portomasso, Ta, Giorni, Villa Rosa, Weed Har Kamium, Weed Tal Beluda, Love Statue by Richard England, Villa Leone, Villa Priuli, Villa Blanche, Villa Casser Torregiani, St. George's Bay Tower, Monument of Sensu Tabone, Religious monuments in churches: Statue of St. Julian's in Trique il Kabira, Statue of the Sacred Heart of Jesus in Zat Ta, Spinola, Church of the Immaculate Conception in Trique San Gorg, Statue of the Assumption in Trique Lapsi, Niche of the Immaculate Conception in Telga Ta, Burkirkara, Church of the Madonna of Good Counsel in Trique il Nisha, Church of Santa Rita, Millennium Chapel, Poor Clare's Monastery, Carmelite Convent, Convent of the Sacred Heart of Jesus School. Local Council. The local council is presently made up of the following members: Albert Buttigieg, Clayton Luke Mula, John Agius, Patricia Camilleri, Guido Dali, Rita Dimmick Portelli, Adrian Dominic Eliel, Sean Gossi, Martin John Sultan, Paul Spiteri. Notable events. The St. Julian's Feast is always held on the last Sunday of August. The Battle of Malta Poker Tournament. Sports. St. Julian's is represented by the football team Melita FC, formed in 1933. Their greatest honor in Maltese football to date is their 4-0 victory over neighbors Slima Wanderers in the Maltese Cup final in 1939. In recent years, Melita have also competed in the Maltese Premier League and presently compete in the third tier of Maltese football in the newly formed National Amateur League. Water polo is the sport that brings people to this town. Neptune's WPSC, the local water polo team, has been in the top of Maltese water polo league tables since it was established in 1929. The club enjoys well-equipped training facilities situated along the beachfront. Nearby San Gilgen ASC has also been a strong player on the local scene with consecutive title wins as well as winners of the league in 2015. Squash is also a common sport to play in St. Julian's.
soleil.